Hello everyone, today I'm gonna do a detailed review of the Motion Plus, and this is gonna be about the quality of the sound, what is it capable of doing, what it does right and what it can do right. This video will give you some amazing details about the sound of Motion Plus. Is it really comparable with a $200 speaker? I unfortunately don't have expensive speaker, but don't get me wrong, I will explain everything. But I'm really sorry that right now maybe I can't do any sound test because I didn't find the proper microphone that is appropriate to demonstrate song recordings properly. I tried some, but they all sounds like pure shit. In real life experience, Motion Plus has way better quality sound than what I am getting from those small microphones, but I will explain the details about the sound I am getting from Motion Plus. Maybe that will help you to get what you are looking for. Please watch till the end, and if you know, please help me find a proper budget but decent microphone. So I watch movies a lot with Motion Plus, so I will talk about the sound quality of both movies and music, and is there any delay or latency issues, and also what can we do about the aux. That is an interesting part. So first I want to say that Motion Plus is using Bluetooth 5.0 and Qualcomm's aptX technology that I forgot to mention in my previous video. You should keep in mind that Motion Plus can't play high-res audio via Bluetooth, but it is not aptX HD, and it supports SBC codec but not AAC. I tested it couple of weeks ago. You can play high-res audio via aux connection, and there are some other things you can do with the aux. I will talk later in details. I just want to say that I love all the Soundcore engraving and Soundcore logos they used here in the front and back passive radiators, and the little one in the top as a multifunctional button. The only thing I don't like is those buttons in the top that looks kind of big, and I think the spacing between the buttons are a bit large, and it would be better if they are a little bit closer. Whatever, it is a very small issue for me, and I really liked what Anker did with their 2 years old but famous Soundcore boost in the top. Now talking about the absolute sound quality, the Soundcore Motion Plus is a monster in every stage of sound in its category. What do I mean about this is Motion Plus is kind of a full small package. It has two passive radiators to handle lows, along with two neodymium woofers to handle lows and mids, and two amazing natural silk dome tweeters to handle highs, which is fantastic, and a Soundcore app to make the sound like the way you want it to be, which is the best deal you can get at this price tag. Okay, so first, what you are gonna notice if you use default bass up mode is it gets pretty loud and handles lows, mids and highs just fine. In most of the cases I figured out it will give you sweet, smooth, soft feelings with the sound if you just play under 60% volume. The lows and highs have slight advantage here to deliver soft sound while playing custom settings. So if you go after 70% on the volume scale, it gets sharper and very well defined in the upper mid range. The highs are also trying to be balanced here, but at higher volumes, mids have a bit more advantage than highs, and bass doesn't increase after 65%. So because of very robust mids and amazing highs, it will sound bass light. It is very loud at maximum volume at around 70-75%. I love the sound most because I like the detailed, sharp, defined, aggressive sound at that volume. I can't say now it's soft, smooth sound, but it's very sharp, crisp, well defined, and the sensitive sound edges are very smooth in an aggressive way. Sometimes I feel like it's a bit more loud at 75% for a medium-sized room, but when you play max at outdoor, it just sounds right and fantastic. Only the bass will not increase as you expect it to be. I tried so many heavy tracks, and if you have a good source, it will not struggle to deliver very high quality sound at average listening volume. There is no weird thing going on like boomy bass, distortion, noise, something missing like this. I just mean it handles everything very clean and smooth. I didn't notice any weird dynamic compression here, even in bass heavy tracks. It just sounds smooth and struggle free. If I went up to 90% on volume scale, both speaker and media, it is super loud. Actually, this will help outdoor situations. Sometimes with some particular songs at 75% volume, it sounds a bit too sharp and maybe little harsh, but it sounds amazing with this very sharp crisp sound in outdoor. If you think my EQ sounds harsh to you, cut those last 4 bands slightly, but I like the sharp and very well defined sound because after 75% I play Motion Plus with external subwoofer at very high volume with heavy complex tracks. Maybe you can get slight dirtiness there, but it sounds amazing, just lack of bass at higher volume. If you add a subwoofer when you play at over 70% volume, it will sound like a very high-end sound system with amazing, clean, clear, very well-defined, sharp, crisp, detailed sound. Motion Plus is the most detailed speaker I have ever listened, but you will not get amazing, clean background details until you customize the sound with the stock 9-band EQ. I can clearly hear those vocals from co-singers and those echoes considered as very little details, which is very awesome. The app is very effective in my case, so the heavy mode I consider the best preset sounds okay, but the app can take the sound into much more detailed hi-fi sound level. If you want details, you need to go with a slightly thinner sound. Heavy mode doesn't sound thinner to me. When watching movies, I figured the 500Hz and 700Hz band is causing some problems. Lower mid-range tends to decrease clarity of male vocals, but with high quality audio playback in movies, Motion Plus sounds incredible. I recently checked Motion Plus with some Transformer movies like the Bumblebee, and those tweeters make the artificial high frequency, high tech sounds just amazingly crystal clear, which is fantastic. I was surprised because it can produce that much details like the capsule of a bullet falling in the ground and it is rolling on the ground for a couple of seconds, and I heard that clearly. And because Motion Plus is a very detailed speaker and sounds really nice, I stopped using my Anker earbuds frequently, which is also good for me. The difference with my decent quality earbuds and Motion Plus is earbuds has more stereo details, but Motion Plus sounds better sometimes. If you just follow my personal EQ by cutting those two lower mid-range bands slightly, it will give you mind-blowing details without sounding too thin. It actually doesn't sound that thin. It is a more matured, grown-up, precise, smooth sound than other high-end wireless speaker in this category, but in an aggressive way because of the peak at 2.8 kHz. In my case, I like it a lot because of the sharp, crisp sound. Here is the difference I noticed when I am average 60% volume and when over 70% volume. It will sound soft, sweet and smooth when you are at or below 60% volume. If you follow heavy and my type of balanced EQ settings where the bass and highs will take cover over mids slightly, but if you hit 70% mark, it started sounding sharper and crisper. in an aggressively smooth way. It won't struggle with mids and highs that makes the sound smooth, but bass will be light if you keep going further. There is no noticeable lag while watching movies and YouTube on both Android and Windows, but has problem that sometimes it cuts the first second of the song. Don't get this with aux connection. So what I like most about Motion Plus that makes it exceptional than other big brands is it has very open sound that helps to produce crazy details and airy feel to the sound. If you just tweak the sound with the EQ, then you don't need to hassle around with it because it will be saved in the software. And those woofers and tweeters are not average quality, they are far better, which help to get overall better sound. I discussed about the DSP in one of my review. The DSP helps Motion Plus to produce more accurate reproduction of sound. Just want to see how it holds up with long-term use. I used it adding an external sub via wired connection. The detailed video about this will come later, so please stay tuned. Motion Plus has two natural silk dome tweeters to handle highs, and the highs here sounds absolutely fantastic. It feels natural and very clean sound, and details is awesome. So much fun with the highs if you are playing a decent recording that has lots of S sounds. It is like the S sound just passed by your ears so quickly and smoothly. It is pure fun with the highs, but sometimes it feels very real. Motion Plus can produce nice resonance to the vocals and sounds very rich in quality. The aux connection sounds slightly more hi-fi to me, and a noticeable increase of hissing from the two tweeters because it is getting direct signal but doesn't bother even in quiet place, and while playing songs it is gone completely. But playing via aux you will find noticeable decrease in loudness, and good thing is it can play your saved custom EQ in aux mode too. So that's awesome, and I was very happy when I first tested that because it is a perfect match for a 5-inch 20-watt subwoofer with the strong mids and highs on the Motion Plus. Bass on Motion Plus is not thin, it is more round and has good response at 50 Hz mark, so it can be a very good match with a subwoofer. I don't have high-res source, but the aptX works properly and better than default SBC. So use aptX if your device support this codec because it is a bit cleaner in my test. And lastly, I want to say that Motion Plus has some amazing characteristics of high-end sound system. I tested it and found the crossover between woofers and tweeters is at around 1.8 kHz, which is amazing. I think Motion Plus is capable of a sparkly, open, airy sound and has widely dispersed stereo sound stage with those previously discussed details. It is not doing any trick, but it is amazing being what it is. A lot of reviewers said Motion Plus can match much more expensive speakers. I think it is a very capable speaker and it can really hold its own with those $200 range speakers, and to me Motion Plus is the best in this range because of the Soundcore app. So thanks for watching, hoping this will help you to take the decisions, and if you are planning to get on under $100, just get this one. It will surprise you if you are smart by tweaking the EQ. If you like this one, please hit the like and please subscribe in my channel if I deserve. Feel free to comment. So thank you very much. Take care. Bye.